Welcome to the EST Hangout.
This is the EST Hangout, and today's guests are... Welcome to the Friday edition of the EST Hangout. Tom Gazzola, Lori Ekdahl, Jim Skitsko, and Jay Milne with you, the glue guy. Benny Thompson behind the monitors as we're going to have some fun, I feel like. You guys are characters.
Yes.
Having to chat with you for a few minutes beforehand. Of course, the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage, Canada's storage experts with 2 decades of helping Canadians through life's transitions. Canadian storage provider, sentinel.ca. Lori, you are the commissioner of the Sherwood Park Kids Flag Football
Pretty
Association.
much.
Did I nail that?
No, but that's okay.
I
We
blame
can
him.
unpack it.
Yeah, blame me.
Yeah.
She's
It's okay.
used to blaming me in a lot of different things and aspects of Sherwood Park
As one
Flag.
does.
It happens. It's a lot. It's a mouthful. So
what is
I
it
don't
formally?
call myself the commissioner. I don't love that title.
He
so
called you the commissioner.
We're
I
dubbing you as the
know.
commissioner today.
They're
Yeah.
swearing me with this title because that's not what I call myself. I call myself the league organizer, but basically I run. It's called the Sherwood Park Youth Flag Football League.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got
Yeah.
that one
real
wrong.
close.
And thank you. Jim, of course, is the Elks ambassador to amateur football. Formal title. Did I get that right, Jim?
Correct. But I want you to know that this is how old I am.
Tell me.
I coached Lori's brother-in-law in real football, the Rams football in Sherwood Park.
Yeah.
And it was destined. We were destined to meet.
We were destined to meet.
because she loves the game. And
Yeah.
I walk out there one day and she introduces. Actually, I phoned you first.
You called me, yeah, at Christmas time.
Yeah, I called
Yeah.
you because in my new role, I wanted to reach out to as many people as I could in terms of making contact in the amateur football scene. And this woman is a machine when it comes to organization. Let me tell
You're
you.
good at Excel documents?
No, I'm just I'm very particular, and
Okay.
I make sure that my I's are dotted and my T's are crossed.
And lowercase j's.
That's right.
Can't forget those. Speaking of j's. What up, Jay? You set this up. This is good. 2 great guests. We'll talk a lot
yeah.
about football. Obviously, this show, by the way, goes all over the map.
Great.
Yeah, you
It
can
really
go anywhere.
does. This is,
And I know he will. So,
yeah, I feel like we might go a few different places.
well,
today.
so Lori, I just met over the last year, I
Yeah.
suppose, getting into flag football. Actually, the first time I talked to you, I was calling you from this office.
Coach
You
of the,
did call me
coach
from
of the
this office.
championship
Yeah.
team, youth,
Well,
youth team.
we didn't win the champ. We won our last game, which was like that's how they set it
That's
up.
close enough.
But for us, for our kids, it sure felt like the Super Bowl. And I just said, hey, do you need coaches? Because I know in a lot of these things it's hard to get people to step up. My daughter was playing. So I'm like, I'd love to, I actually need to coach.
Yeah.
Because that would have drove
And
me
you
nuts.
know a thing or two.
It would have
You
drove
have
me
some
up the wall
experience.
if I was
Yeah.
sitting on the sidelines, right?
Yeah.
But Jim, I've known. Well, if you're from the Sherwood Park area, you know who Jim Skitsko is. Jim has been was the longtime coach of the Sherwood Park Rams. Developed probably one of the finest football programs in Canada in terms of youth football. Set up a bursary program. Yeah, it's okay if you draw yourself to tears, Jim. I know they're fake.
It's hard
Very
for people
proud.
of Jim's generation to accept this much praise.
Right.
It's extremely difficult. So bear with us, Jim.
Well, and,
Jim,
and
I thought you were 37. I'm kidding. That was a bad joke. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead, Jay.
Speechless.
yeah, right. That'd be the first time
the
anybody's
name
ever
of Tom's
told.
next movie.
Yeah.
Speechless.
I don't think you'd ever be coined as speechless. But no, I've known Jim. I played against his son Kyle at the Huskies, and then Kyle went on to play at UBC. We played against each other when I was at the Bears. So I've known the family for a long time. They've known our family for a long time. And this is just, it's poetic having the two of you here because I think both of you have a major hand in what's going on in Sherwood Park football. And as you know, I'm close to that and am passionate about it. And especially now with the flag thing. And we can get into it a lot because I think what you've created and what you're onto is it's not a matter of when or if it will surpass tackle football, in my opinion. It's a matter of when.
Yeah, I agree with you, especially at this age level. I think that even here in Alberta, I think we're pretty far behind the 8 ball on where things are going with football in terms of where we're at with flag. But at the rate that even just my league is growing, let alone the rest of the country, it's kind of astronomical.
Now, when you say your league, you mean as commissioner of the league?
Yes,
your
as
league.
the commissioner of the Sherbrooke.
Okay, there you
I
go. Thank
wasn't
you.
wrong.
No, you weren't. You
Thank
weren't.
you.
Now,
Thank you for making me say that.
And
Yeah.
to be clear, flag football is the second fastest growing sport in America, which means it's going to be the same in Canada. After what sport, Tom?
Oh, I know. You've
I know
already,
this.
you've already told me this.
No,
No, can I take a guess?
Yeah.
Does it involve a racket?
it does. It's
Pickleball.
Called, it's
Oh,
called,
yeah.
no, it's,
Yeah.
for us old guys, it's called tickleball. Okay, so
Pickleball's crazy.
It's Tom Brady bought a franchise.
I know. One of my
Yeah.
friends left the Dallas Stars broadcast to do the pickleball channel or broadcast.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Michelle McMahon.
Do you guys play?
I
I've
want
played.
to. I never
You gotta
have.
play. It's
I've
number one.
played.
It's so easy to learn.
Yeah.
And you need nothing. It's just like flag football. Like you need a pair of sneakers and one tool to
You
play
get
the
into
game.
the kitchen and you
Yeah.
dink.
Exactly.
My parents fight over because they're
I'm
a
sorry,
terrible team.
You,
Those are-
you
I know
you
pickleball
mispronounce
terms.
sink, right?
It's a dink.
Thinking. It's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing,
Yeah.
Jeff. Not what you're thinking.
No.
Yeah. But how did you? Okay, let's get into your journey here through flag football because you reference it off the top. That it's not as necessarily as big as it is in other markets. But how did you come to being the commissioner of the Sherwood Park Youth Flag Football League and bringing it here and starting it?
Sure. So we moved back to Sherwood Park in 2023. My family. He's from there. He grew up there. I'm not native to Sherwood Park. I'm native to the Edmonton area. But with his job, we've kind of moved around all over the place since we started having a family. And we found ourselves in Regina for 5 years, from 2018 to 2023. And when we were there, we have a couple kids. My son was 3 or 4 at the time, and we were trying to figure out what to put him in. So I'm scrolling the Instagram and what am I, a million? The Instagram?
You did say that.
I did say that.
It's okay. What
I
are you
used it-
supposed to call it?
I
The
don't know.
gram?
The gram.
I'm terrible. Too.
I'm on the
Don't
Insta.
worry. Insta.
What do
sure.
you call it, Benny? What do the brain rots
Yeah,
call it?
Insta.
Insta.
Benny's our young person, so he's
Resident
the token
young guy?
young
He's a
guy.
fresh bebe.
Yeah, and
I
so
should have
he'll-
run all of this by him.
He'll fill
before
you
I
in on when
started
you're
going.
saying
That's
things
okay.
like
He calls us out all
incorrectly.
the time.
Okay.
This will be an eye opener for you, Jim.
He's like, what are we talking about?
He fell asleep already.
I'm sorry, buddy. No, so I went on Instagram and I found these kids in pictures in NFL jerseys. And I was like, well, this looks cool. My husband and I love the NFL. We love football. So I looked more into it, and there's this youth flag football league in Regina. It's called the Regina Youth Flag Football League. And I did a little bit more digging, and I learned that, because of when we moved there, I'd missed the registration deadline. So I messaged the page, and I said, hey, we're new to the community. This looks awesome. My son is there a way we can get in? And the guy messaged me back right away, and he was like, we got you, and got us in. And since then, in I think this was 28, or the spring of 2019, we've been hooked. And my kids, both of my kids, my daughter and my son both played. They played spring, they did summer camp, they played fall, and they played winter flag. The whole time we lived there. And through that journey, I was like, this game looks fun. So then I started playing. I began coaching in the league for my son. And they just it's got a hold on me now.
Well, I just got to jump in here. Did you know that I'm going to say it, the Elkamos are running a youth flag
They've got a fall league.
in the fall.
Yeah.
So it'll be well run, and I encourage as many kids who are listening and parents who are listening. If the spring or the summer leagues don't work, summer here is pretty valuable time, and
Yeah.
we understand that.
Yeah. It's already
But
over.
It would be
How dare you.
a good opportunity. But the spring league again, that the commission's organized is so much fun. These kids they just come out and they don't like to practice. Let's be clear about that. They don't like to practice, but they really enjoy the game and they get the concepts right away. So the gift, you might say, well, what's youth football got to do with football? Well, you could say they get the concepts, they learn how to throw, catch, and
Run. Some of them can't run.
Yeah.
Some of them,
and just understanding what a down is. It's so just to circle back, we had to move back. Well, we wanted to move back. We're both from Alberta, and so we moved away. And I was like, what are my kids gonna do now? Because this is all they did. They only played, like my daughter played a bit of volleyball, but that was kind of it. So I started doing some research when we were coming here, and I just couldn't find what we were looking for in Sherwood Park. There was opportunities to play flag in Edmonton, and there's a great NFL flag program in Edmonton as well. And then what are we calling them? Alkamos are offering. They've got their flag program in the fall too. But when we were moving here, I just couldn't find what I was looking for. So it really started as a joke. My husband and I were like, "Are we gonna? I guess we'll have to start a league." Ha ha ha! And here we are. So the league has started, and we're exclusive to the Sherwood Park area, and it's clear there's a need for it in our area, and we've had a lot of success. So.
And what was the growth? You mentioned it at the we had a coaches wrap up on Monday, which thank you, that was awesome.
Oh, you're welcome.
It was great to
Thanks
talk
for coming.
to.
Pizza.
There was pizza.
Pizza,
Of course. Yeah,
pizza,
and
beer. You know, it was a good night.
good stuff.
And
What about for the adults? What did the adults do?
well, that was on the other side of the pub, Jim.
Coffee and cigarettes, Jim.
Yeah, only
Coffee and cigarettes.
Good old days.
Yeah,
Classic breakfast.
it's a good breakfast. Yes.
But you had said something about the growth of the league.
Yeah, so I didn't know what to expect when we started the league. So we had a goal. We wanted 100 kids to start our first season, which was last year, 2024, and we kicked off our first season with 240 kids, which just knocked our socks off. We did not expect to get that many kids in our first season, so we were really excited. And the feedback that we were getting throughout the season last year was pretty tremendous. And I had a sense that it was going to grow. And this season we had 400 kids.
Wow.
So we almost doubled. We ended up with 38 teams that we played. They play 8 games in the spring. And I guess there was only 7 games because weather. But
To be clear, smoke.
yeah.
Yeah, the
Weather.
smoke took one of the games away, didn't it?
That's why I quit lighting fires, actually.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate that. I'll speak for everybody in the community.
yeah, thanks, Jim.
He's a fire.
Not that kind of fire. You are a bad man. Tom.
I didn't say anything.
Wow.
I'm a good boy. I do have a couple of questions.
Yeah.
Like, that's amazing, Lori. And,
Thank you.
Traditional football, has it embraced flag football? Because like you said, the growth is tremendous. Like Lori just outlined, like, going from an old school football mentality, Jim, like where is traditional football at embracing flag football?
Well, I played flag football which started in Sherwood Park. The flag football Sherwood Park League was the first flag league that started in the Edmonton area in the 70s. And when, as my son tells me, dinosaurs walked on the earth, but that's another story. And we who played can see what a great game it is, right? So I wasn't quite that person that's, you flag football, you know, and they might, come up with some pejorative term that would not fit the situation.
Me with ball hockey, I call it organized cardio. Anyway, sorry.
And
Poor Benny.
it's how we learn, right? And
Yeah.
But when I saw the joy in these kids' faces, and remember, I coached kids for a long time.
How many years?
28.
28 years. Wow.
28 years. Almost as old
Thank
as...
you for your service.
as you.
Yeah.
And I thought, it would be like, I'll give you I love metaphors.
Okay.
So flag football is like learning to ride a bike, whereas tackle football is like learning to drive a car, okay? The basics are there. One is obviously there's less contact in flag football than in driving the car. But if you follow the rules and you teach the rules properly and you teach respect for the game, nothing is ever going to be bigger than the game. So that's my philosophy. That's what I taught the kids. But somebody mentioned to me they needed a plan B. And sometimes plan Bs are choices, and sometimes they're situations that are taken from you. And I used to tell the kids all the time, have this conversation. You're the youngest in the room, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Ben. So have this conversation. How many
What?
of you?
Did we fact check that?
Oh, Lori's throwing a name in that? All right.
Yeah, I'm still bitter over Insta. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, the kids of 13, 14, 15 that I coached. How many of you want to be professional football players? All the hands go up, literally. And then I used this term Plan B. What's your Plan B? And it's like, he must be old. What's he talking about? And we would talk about Plan B, and Plan B was using the metaphor of football to improve yourself. And like life, football is really hard. If it was easy, except for youth flag football, everybody would do it, right? Everybody would try it.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I think that Plan B plus is youth, because youth football gets you into the game, and then if you want to try the tackle game, you'll try it. So I think it's a terrific fit. I think it's as Johnny Cochran, Johnny, what was his name? Jackie Childs from Seinfeld. It'll fit like a glove.
Great reference.
I got a funny story to tell you quickly. A little sidebar. You'll appreciate this. So I asked my son what he wants to be when he grows up. He's obsessed with football, loves watching hockey, cannot skate. Refuses to skate. Maybe he can.
Does he like
refuses.
ball hockey?
Yeah. So I'm like, buddy, what do you want to be when you grow up? And he's like, oh, Mom, I'm going to play in the NFL. And I was like, oh, that's a big reach, man. Like, that's pretty hard to do. At the time, he was like trying to be a quarterback. And I was like, it's even harder to do what you want to do. I was like, what if that doesn't pan out for you? Because there's a real possibility it may not work. And he's like, no problem. I'm going to play in the NHL. And I was like, okay, big swing for somebody who won't put a pair of skates on as well. Like, it's also really hard to get in the NHL. What do you think about if that doesn't work out? He goes, I'll probably work at a drive-thru or something.
Oh, well,
So
that is
That's
fitting.
a whole lot easier.
we've got
That's a whole lot
it.
easier.
We're set.
Hey,
Yeah.
my uncle-
Everything's going to be okay.
I can just see Lori pulling into McDonald's one day and say, and I like a hamburger, and he's like, would you like fries with that?
Hey,
And I'll be like, I taught him that.
Yeah.
like my uncle Dago always says, aim low and achieve.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta totally. This is
Go ahead, Jeff.
This is I was given my third degree. I got a BA. I got a law degree, but my wife gave me this third degree at age 70, and it's called ADHD degree. So I'm going to morph into that ADHD thing and ask you. They call you the glue.
Glue guy.
I heard that
Glue guy.
earlier.
Why is that, Jason?
Well, Tom was the one that coined it. Early in the days of EST, or early in my days at EST, I should say, I would come in and join the Hangout, just where we are right now.
By the way, this is a fun place.
It is.
It's very casual.
It's
and
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's okay.
It's a fun place to be.
We found something
Yeah.
with this show.
Sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt you.
it is, and you're right. It is. It is a fun place.
You got to keep this guy. This is going to be. If you're glue, he's super glue.
Oh,
That's
Ben-
my new thing.
Ben, that's high praise.
No.
Wow.
Just like you glue that mustache.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Yes. I don't think we're gonna let Jim go. We might have to keep him around all day. Or just run him through all the shows.
Full-time job.
Yeah. We could have the.
I would.
Hey,
Driving out here is killing me.
hey,
Oh,
what about
no.
this? We could have the golden hour with Jim Skitsco.
Oh, that would be fun.
Right?
Hey, I grew up when that meant something else.
It would just be, it would be after the Reed Wilkins show from
I'm
6
sorry,
to
is
7.
this supposed to be a family show?
Yeah, well, no, it'd be after the
Yeah.
Reed Wilkins show. It'd go from 6 to 7 just before you go to bed. The golden hour.
Oh, okay.
Listen, you leave my friend Jim alone.
I have to
my
get him in while I can. But then I started bringing in donuts and coffee and stuff, and then it's my role here progressed. I was just kind of like every locker room has a glue guy,
Yeah.
has a guy that's if the team's down, you try to pick them up, or just help out wherever you can. Know your role, and sometimes a role can be just a sigh of relief or just a simple laugh, right? So I was bringing that to the table. I feel I still bring it to the table.
I'd say so. You brought your dog in yesterday. It was awesome. He was
Cooper the
number one
Corgi
star.
spent the
Cooper
day
the
here.
Corgi had a great day.
He had a great day. He was talking to me about
You
it
have a
last
dog
night.
named Cooper?
Cooper, yeah.
We have a dog named Cooper.
Get out of
Look at
town.
that.
Yeah, I know him well because he's loved by my
have a dog
wife
named
more than me.
I don't have any dog.
You're jealous of Cooper.
I am.
That's me too. My daughters want to hang out with my dog more than they do with me most days.
Okay, is it appropriate to tell an adult story? Not what you're thinking, Tom. 'Cause you see that he immediately stroked his beautiful hair.
I did. The wheel's not turning
We've
very
officially
quick up
gone
here.
off the rails.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is where we wanted to
That's
go.
what this show
don't worry.
is.
We'll
Yeah.
circle back.
You
to football.
go wherever
One
you
of my
want.
favorite Dwayne Mandrusiak stories.
I know him.
A wonderful man.
Yes.
Did so much for the football community. So there's a football angle here. He's bringing in, I think it was, he had to pick up, this goes back into the dog days of late 60s, early 70s. They brought in a guy by the name of Pete Catella. And Pete Catella should have been a one-game wonder, but he ended up being a one-season wonder. And as they're driving him into town, as Dwayne is driving him into town, apparently there's a dog on the boulevard driving into Edmonton that is grooming himself. I'll just say it that way.
Cooper was doing that yesterday.
Cooper did that on our
you
show
guys
yesterday.
described that on there very vividly.
And Catella says to Dwayne, he says, "That's what I wish I could do sometimes." and Dwayne says, I think, Coach Catella, you're going to have to learn to pet him first. Okay. So now we know why you're the glue. You're the guy in the locker room. Well, your family is an amazing family.
Oh, thank you.
The Milne brothers, all great athletes. But Alan turned out to be an artist.
I know.
What's up with that?
I know. You know, every once in a while, one gets away from the group.
The apple falls pretty far sometimes.
Yeah. Well, he was actually just at Art Walk last week, and Reed Wilkins, the host from 3 to 6, his dad was at Art Walk as well.
Yes.
So I told Reed, because Reed and my brother Alan have never met. So I told Reed, because Reed was down there with his dad, helping him out all weekend. I said, go see Alan at his booth and make some really awkward / rude comment to him, and you know, put your sunglasses on so he won't recognize you. So he ended up going over there, and I think they like became best friends, which didn't go the way I wanted it to. But Reed actually ended up buying a painting of El's.
Oh.
He's very talented.
Yeah, it's good.
And Alan, don't forget, this is worth the coffee, right?
He would do that in a mint. Yeah. in a
No,
minute.
he's very talented and a great family.
Thank you.
And they used to live just around the corner from us. And of all the picturesque little children that you could expect on a poster, he has them all.
Yeah. We've got a.
Jay
got a
has
large,
that now.
Yeah, I've got that now. I'm
Yeah.
in trouble. I'm in trouble
Yeah.
in about the next 6 to 10 years are going to be hell for me.
Yeah.
Well, not even 6, like 4 to 10 years.
It's okay, buddy.
Their
We got you.
10-year-old is what an athlete.
Rose, yeah,
Oh, my
starting
goodness.
quarterback.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, I mean, you could expect that the father's the coach of the team, but it's another story.
Well, hey, I offered it, and there was only 2 that put their hand up on our team, and
she put up both, right?
She,
And it was both Rose's hands.
you know what? We simplified the offense. We had some easy pitch and catch plays that kids can do, and then get the ball in their hand and let them run. Mm-hmm. It worked out great. She had the time. She had the best time in any sport she's ever played. Like next year now,
hear that a lot.
my younger daughter
Yeah.
is going to play, and my oldest daughter wants to play now next year.
Wow. That's awesome.
So there you're taking another 2 people from soccer, or but it's just so well run. And there is an Edmonton league, right?
Yep, there is.
So, and Daryl Drodson
runs it.
former coach of mine at the Edmonton Wildcats, he
Great guy.
runs that. Mm-hmm. But it's just like nothing else. Like every game, and speaking on behalf of the Sherwood Park League, every game is at the same spot every Saturday. Mm-hmm. It's at one of 2 times, either 10 or 11 for our age group.
For your age group, yeah.
Right? And there's only 4 fields there, but you get there, everything's organized.
Yeah.
There's flags numbering the fields. There's music playing throughout the whole time. I mean, the kids get there and immediately they have a smile
It's a
on their
party,
face, right?
As soon as you get there, yeah.
It's like nothing I've ever seen.
And I have to give a shout out. Is that the correct term?
You nailed it.
Benny, is that the right way to say it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well
Thumbs
done.
up.
Thanks, but just fix your mustache.
Yeah.
Anyway,
He's on you now.
I'm on you, man. Anyway, I never told you this story, Laurie.
Oh,
But I knew you were involved, but I didn't see you there in this one particular day. So I go to the tent, the blue tent, and there were a couple of people standing in line, and one lady, mother, says to the little girl, the young person that was there, probably your
my
lady,
daughter, my
She said-
my employee.
She said, where is the nice lady with the blonde hair? She says, I talked to her last week. She just couldn't do enough for me.
Oh, that's really nice.
It's true.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
No, it
Yeah.
is. And it's just like you've been around leagues forever.
Yeah.
Would you say this is probably one of the most refined leagues you've ever been a part of?
Best run, organized, kindness is on the back of everybody's jersey. That's the word everybody's helpful. It's just sometimes the kids are a little too focused, like, give me the ball. But that comes with learning the game, right?
Yeah.
And everyone wants to be a quarterback, at least on the
Not
team.
on my
that I-
team.
At least on the
It
team
goes
that I
one or
help
two ways.
coach.
Everybody or nobody.
Right.
That's what I
Yeah.
see. Yeah.
Right.
Or all running backs or no running backs. Yeah.
And then, but again, more to your question earlier. See, I do remember things.
I gave you the benefit of the doubt.
You know, one of the skills that you can learn on a flag football team will definitely carry over to any sport. It's you may have teammates. There's cooperation.
Yep.
There's a certain level of expectation of you. You have to perform, and sometimes you can tell the kids, Jay. You can tell the kids that have been good athletes until age 10 when they meet somebody who's better than them. Now, how do they react? How do they react? And that kid's still going to be a great athlete, but he's going to have to learn. He's going to morph into a team guy to have to find his little niche. And I remember I was, I don't know, maybe year 15 coaching, and we had this kid. He was so nice, but all he could do was punt a football. That's all he could do. So I said to him, let's work on this. And we made him into a punter on the team. And that was the first kid that I'd ever given that designated term, punter, right? Kicker. And you should have seen this kid. Like, he wasn't very coordinated. You know, he was just, but he wanted to belong to a team. What's better than that? What's a bigger challenge than, as a coach, than to keep that kid on your team and keep him involved? So I meet this kid years later, and I was with another, where was it? It doesn't matter. But I was with another Ram, and he had no idea who he was because he was from another year. And he says, so what position did you play? I was a running back, and he was a good one. He says, I was a punter. And the way he said it,
With so much pride.
just absolute pride, you know? Like, I mean, I grew up with kids when you throw the sticks to form the teams,
right.
or worse, you'd get picked. You know, the captain of the
the
team
dreaded
would pick you. He'd
What's the
point.
problem
said
here?
that
I always
shit.
got picked first.
That's the problem.
I
I
wasn't the
knew
captain.
you were a first round
You know,
draft pick
I-
as soon as I met you.
Yeah,
just
you
me.
can tell. Yeah, he he was a first round pick for sure.
Yeah.
Look at him. Look at that smiling, happy.
You know, I'm looking for an agent right now.
Can we stop this, Jim? I mean, what is going on here? And this is not you.
Jim's my guy.
Big
Jim's
Uke
my guy.
in the nasty chat says, I'm really liking this Jim guy.
Yeah.
Me too.
And Big Uke, we have not even unleashed the gym here, so we're gonna get some more stories for sure. And one of the, and I want to ask both of you this. I'll start with Lori. What's your football story? Like, what
My
do you?
personal story?
Yeah.
So I didn't have opportunities like kids have now to play literally any sport that you want. Where I grew up as a girl, you could dance, play soccer, or play like softball, and it was awful softball. So that wasn't really on the table. You could dance or you could play soccer. And I wasn't a soccer girl, so I grew up dancing.
You could dance if you want to.
Exactly. And I did. So that's what I did. But I always kind of yearned for something else. And I was always drawn to watching sports like hockey and football and stuff like that. And that wasn't really common with any of the girls that I grew up with, which is fine. And then as I became an adult, I really got into watching football, and I'm a tortured Bengals fan for like more than 20 years
Ew.
now. I know. I
I'm
know.
a Cardinals fan, and I'm saying ew.
I know.
Anyway.
It's not that you. They are getting more exciting
Joe
to watch,
Burrow.
but
Joe
it's,
Burrow.
he's amazing. And Jamar Chase, like T. Higgins. There's some great guys on that team. Great
True.
guys. Love the Bengals. But yeah, they break my heart every single year. But I keep coming back, and I'm like, there's something here. What is this? Why do we keep coming back? And the Oilers are doing it to us now. But anyways, so I didn't actually start playing football until I was like a full grown woman. When my kids were playing, I saw this game, and I was like, this looks like. Buddy.
Yeah, he's
No,
a bad
no.
boy.
I
thought we
wonder
were
what
buddies.
position she played. That's
All of them. So
you're a quarterback.
5-tool player, right?
She's
here.
a take charge person. She's
Yeah.
a quarterback.
I do a little quarterbacking. It's not my favorite.
See?
Yeah, there you
I
go.
don't
You're
like
right.
playing quarterback. I will, but I don't like it. It's not the most fun. I like the glory of being a receiver.
So are you still playing football now?
Yeah, I play now.
And then-
so in
I was-
Regina, when I was living there, I knew there was an adult league, and like, okay, so just to scoot back to that Regina Flag Football League for kids, their league has more than 3,000 kids in it.
Whoa.
It's
It's a
huge.
culture. It's a way of
a
life.
culture
Yeah,
out there.
you're right.
Their adult league has. Just this week I went on their website and I was counting. They have 102 teams in their adult league.
Oh my
Jeez.
goodness.
There's 4 women's divisions.
Did you know that Tom was an MVP?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Most valuable pigeon. That's Tom.
I didn't know that.
I
shockingly.
earned that one.
Somehow I
I
did
earned
not
that
know
one.
that.
Okay. Anyway.
I want to come back to that.
Sure.
Yeah, so I was like, this looks really cool. And they were just doing so many fun things. And so like one day I was just at the gym, and there was always, I would go in the morning real early, and there was always these 2 other girls at the gym. There was me, I was doing normal stuff. Another girl, she was doing normal stuff. And then another girl, and she was doing like contortionist yoga. I was like, wow. That's crazy. But anyways, there was always the 3 of us, and we never talk because you had your headphones on and you don't really talk to people at the gym. That's not what you're there
It's
for.
awkward, yeah.
Yeah, and
You
it's
don't want
5
that.
a.m. Like it's business time.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to anyone.
No. But then one day this weird guy comes in and he's like, you have to move your car. It's icy, blah, blah. Something's happening. And it was very strange. And it was early, and the other one, we were like, what? And then we all kind of like came together talking about this weird guy. And so then I met them, and then we became like gym friends. And one day after our workout, this girl comes and she's like, so what are you training for? Like, and I was like, I'm not really training for anything. I was like, but you're obviously an athlete. Like, what sports do you play? And she was like, oh, I play like football and flag football and touch football and rugby. And I was like, you play flag football here? And she was like, yeah. And I'm like, I want to play flag football here.
Yeah.
Help me play. And she was like, I have so many people that I know who want players. And so then she just gave me the phone number of this amazing person named Peyton. Love you, Pepe. And that's how I got into it. And then, yeah, I was like sucked in. I was coaching, I was playing, and now I'm like, I have this team of women in Short Park. They're all like between 35 and 40-ish, and they've never played a sport before in their life. And we have a team. We're called the Tight Ends. Get it?
Better than wide
I'm not
receivers.
saying anything.
But anyways, we play, and it's so much fun. And like they've bought in on it now, and now some of their kids play in my league. And
How many games do you guys play?
the women,
Yeah.
I don't know. We started in May and we play till like September.
That's
We play
pretty
once a
good.
week.
That's a long
Probably
season.
what?
It's a
Probably
long
14
season.
games, 16 games?
Something like that. And then there's a playoff. I don't think like no shade tight ends. We're not making the playoffs. But yeah, and then I play touch here as well, which I've never played touch before. I just started playing touch in Edmonton. It's fun.
It's a good league, too.
It's a great league. Yeah,
Great league.
co-ed. It's super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, portions of this hour brought to you by the High Product Marketing, the official merch partner of EST. Promotional products that bring the buzz. Check them out at thehighproductmarketing.com. You can text us 780-218-9999, the Paris Jewelers inbox. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button and you can get into the nasty chat. Tom J, Ben, Lori Ekdahl from the Sherwood Park Youth Flag Football League, and Jim Skitsco, who is the Elks amateur football ambassador with us. This show has been awesome, and we're already 40 minutes in.
No.
Oh my. It's flying by.
Yeah,
Oh my
see, this is
gosh.
what happens, and it can go so
I'm
many
saying
different places.
So-
Stay until supper.
She was talking so long. I forgot the question.
Yeah,
It was your question.
I'm a lengthy talker. Sorry about that, Mr. Skitsko.
Yeah, that's
It's me who.
What
always
was
stops.
your story in football, Jim?
I thought you'd never ask. Okay, I'm going to be talking 1960s. So for the young people listening, you can mute me for about 30 seconds. Okay.
30 seconds, more like 2
That's
minutes.
it.
Okay, my hero was Jackie Parker, and Jackie Parker was the Wayne Gretzky of, kids born in the '50s generation. And quick story: I'm 34 years old, and I meet Jackie Parker, and it was at a big function at the Plaza Hotel, and when I met him, have you ever had that moment where you meet somebody that you're just in awe?
Yeah.
And it's like I wanted to say, "Hi, Mr. Parker, I'm a big fan." I went, "Nice to meet you." So fans need to connect with players. So that's the first thing that's important to know about sports, whatever sport it is. But in Edmonton, it was the Edmonton Flyers that were a semi-professional hockey team, and there were more Ukrainians on that team than there were Ukrainians on the Edmonton Eskimo team, I should say. And I was big into the, Ukrainian community. My parents, we went to a lot of functions and stuff like this. So that was also a source of pride, right? But I got into football because I adored the guy. And I watched the 1960 Grey Cup. And I still remember we were getting our butts kicked in that game. And the head coach puts Jackie Parker back on kickoff return. They had just scored on us. And he gets within a shoelace of scoring a touchdown. And I said, that man can do everything. I want to be a football player. So that was the beginning of it. 1968 rolls along. I hadn't been coached in football. I'd never played football. I went to the Bears ran a kind of advanced camp and stuff. And I don't know, for some of you who are old enough, you remember Dr. Tom Kelly. He was the trainer with the Bears, handed out all the equipment. And he's giving me all this equipment, and I'm looking at him. And it's like there's a blank on my face, and he said to me, "Farm kid, huh?" So that's when I fell in love with Tom Kelly. It lasted all of 2 days when they cut me. But, I had never been coached. So I should have gone to the Huskies or Wildcats. But no, somebody once said you can get bitter or you can get better. Well, I got bitter, and I thought, I'm not going to play football. This game is dumb, blah, 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 blah. Until I got into law school. And a couple of guys asked me do I have any particular skills? And I said, well, yeah, I can punt a football. And I could. Well, you're on our team. Well, next thing you know, I'm scoring touchdowns and loving the game and loving the guys, and I want to stay with football. And then I started reflecting on my life, and don't ever have one of these I shoulda, woulda, couldas. Because you're way too good looking for that, Tom. You're way too good looking. Whereas Jason and I, we have something in common. But anyway, one day I get a phone call from the Sherwood Park director of tackle football, Susan Karch. If you're listening, hi. And I have a lot to thank you for. Everything, actually. She said, well, I see your son Kyle's playing on the 12-year-old Pee Wee team. The coach just got transferred to Calgary. So I want you to take over the team. I went, first I laughed. I said, I've never played the game other than, flag. And she said, well, it's either that or we have to fold the team. And that didn't sound like fun. So Perry Marriott.
Nothing like a good threat from a commissioner to get you hooked.
So Perry Marriott and Glenn Dane and I, the three of us got together, and we didn't know the front page from the back page, right? But we put together a bunch of kids, and we end up going 6-1 that year.
Whoa.
We go to they didn't have provincial championships then. They had city championships. We get to the city championship game, and we get beaten by one kid, Mike Potter, who also played
Mike Potter, Parkland,
who also
Parkland
played
Predators.
on the Huskies football team.
I played Bears with Mike Potter.
Yeah, great guy and great athlete. And I said, this is pretty easy. I can do this. So the next year, I remember we went 6-1. Next year, we went 1-6. I went, I don't know if I can do this, but come on, Jim, this is for the kids. So the next year we're 2-5, and the next year we're 5-2 and back into the playoffs. And then I heard that the Rams, who wore green and gold uniforms, were looking for a coach. And green and gold is my favorite color. As you know,
Two colors.
I'm an ambassador for the Edmonton Elks, right?
Yes, you certainly are.
And another story with green and gold about Jay here, I'll tell you in a minute. Anyway, I said, yeah, let me try this. And then when I realized how bad this team was, we only had 4 returning kids. We were 2-7, and 0-9 the last 2 years.
Yikes.
Before I took the team over. I said, well, there's only one way from this 0-9 record.
Only one way to go.
So I started going out to the schools and visiting the schools and talking to kids. And you know what I found, honestly? Just like your story, Lori. People just want to be asked, come and join this team. That's all. Come and join this team. Be part of something that's bigger than you. And that was one of the things I said is you make great friends. It's an opportunity to learn new skills. And that year we had 65 kids try out.
Oh, wow.
So the lineup, when you shake hands at the end of the game, the last year was 20 kids. The first year I took over was 45 kids, and one of the coaches said, he says, this is an awfully long line. Where did you find all these kids? And I said, it just takes work. You got to go to the schools and you got to ask.
Boots on the ground.
Yeah, boots on the ground, right? And that's how I got into coaching. And the first year we go 6-2, and we end up in the city championship game against the Chargers. They were a great team. They deserved to beat us, but they didn't really beat us. We were just there for the experience, all of the Oilers the first year. And then the next year, during the regular season, the next year, I tell you, a Dan Bass story, because Dan Bass's son was coached by me. So Dan says, can I, with that little draw, can I come out and help coach? And I said, well, you want to be the head coach? And he said, no, I'm running an automobile dealership. I'll just come out when he can. Well, what happens is that's the hook, right? And that guy taught me so much. And he was, have you ever met a guy that you fear and yet love?
Yes.
It's like I'm the moth and he's the flame. And I'm just drawn closer to him until I just literally explode. He just taught me so much, and he taught me respect for the game. He taught me the love of the game, the passion for the game, the niceties of the game, the cruelties of the game. So that became kind of, again, a metaphor for our lives, right? So I stayed with it, and I'm very proud to say I fell in love with the game, and I said, I got to do more for the kids. So I floated an idea past 2 really dedicated men, Doug Ford and not that Doug Ford, Doug Ford and Eric, Dr. Ness,
Milton Ness,
the veterinarian, and I asked him. I said, "What do you think of a scholarship program? Could we run that?" And he said, "Well, where'd you raise the money?" I said, well, "I don't know." And Ford says, "Well, let's do a golf tournament." And I famously said, "Oh, everybody runs a golf tournament. We got to do something different."
They're fun, though. We do one.
And I lost the vote 2-1, and it was the best vote I ever lost.
Yeah.
And so we have a scholarship program in place. We've helped hundreds of kids put Plan B into organization,
Yeah.
And next thing you know, it's 2019, I've been coaching 24 years, and I couldn't do the drills anymore. I couldn't do the physicality drills. So I said this would be my last season. And we played the championship game, Alberta championship game, in Emerald Hills in Sherwood Park, which is a beautiful facility. and we lost. And that should have been, the cherry on top. But I didn't lose. In 24 seasons, we won. We were in 13 provincial championships. We won 9 of them. We never lost a game to Raymond.
And that's a huge football
That's
hub
a big
in our province.
And we played them 5 times, once in a semifinal, and 4 times in provincial finals. So I can take pride in that. But the biggest kick I get now is handing over checks to kids when they tell me what they're doing. I'm in law school, or I'm going to be a teacher, or I'm going to be a mechanic. And you hand over that check and you say, I hope this helps. And it's not chump change. And thanks to my wife, Deb, who really ran that tournament along with other people. Chris Corte, amazing guy. Robin Brisky, amazing. Everybody else just pitched in when they could. But basically, the 4 of us ran that tournament for 20 years. I think it's 20. Might have been 25. I'm not sure. But, we have a very good nest egg. We're going to help kids stay in school because that's the plan B, right?
Wow.
I was going to just say one quick thing.
Yeah, I just wanted to jump in and say, if I may, that I didn't grow up in Sherwood Park, so I don't know. I never knew you growing up or anything like that. I didn't know my brother-in-law at the time when he was playing with you. I hadn't met my husband yet. So as someone who's not from Sherwood Park, I mean, your accolades speak for themselves. But getting involved in the football community in our area and just seeing people who know you and the interactions, everyone who coaches in our league knows Jim Skitso. Like, you truly are football royalty in our community. And I think it goes beyond Sherwood Park, because now what you're doing with the Elks and your scholarship program, which is amazing. But just you as a person, knowing you and meeting you, and just learning things from you in terms of how to interact with people and stuff, it's a blessing, and I'm grateful for you. So thank you.
Round of
clicks for Jim.
Round of clicks. We like to do rounds of
Well,
clicks.
and you're right, and you're deserving of that recognition, because it's true. I mean, the amount of lives and kids that bursary project. I see the announcements every year, and I mean, the kids. We just had David Beard on our show.
Close to 300.
300 kids that have received bursaries through this.
Do you know that Beardsy was the first sport he ever played? First team
You were the first coach he had in
first
football.
coach, yeah.
David Beard played for Jim Skitsco.
And through all that adversity, he still succeeded,
Yeah.
But his story is
How are we
interesting
defining
because
success?
he thought he was going to be a basketball superstar.
Yeah.
David Beard, but
He's
then,
off the 6th game, by the way.
yeah, good.
He dressed last game.
Yeah, I know. Didn't get in there.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, well, it was a...
Are we going to get into that now?
Well, we can. I was just going to say
Yeah.
one last thing. It's funny because, it's not even funny. You talk about, the plan B, but you get football and camaraderie, and you learn, life skills and things like that from team sports. But now, flag football is an Olympic sport.
Really exciting. Yeah.
Which is incredible.
Snacks for LA 28.
They're called clicks, Lori.
Clicks.
Round of clicks,
But
round
I'm
of clicks.
snapping.
Oh, I
Okay,
can't. My
clicks.
fingers don't work like
He
that.
introduced the clicks.
Okay.
Anyway, I just...
Round of clicks.
You can try.
Yeah, round of clicks.
You can go.
But
I'm muted.
that's all I
Yeah.
was going to say is
Yeah.
now you can strive to be, like your son, a quarterback in the Olympics. I know
No,
they're
it's-
going to use...
It's really exciting, and
Yeah.
I'm really glad you
Prediction?
brought this up.
Prediction: Canada against USA for the gold medal.
LA 28.
Yeah.
LA 28.
So
Didn't
they just
Canada's
formed our
men's
Canada team.
senior team just beat
Yeah, they did.
the U.S. senior
They
men's
sure
team?
did.
Paul LaPolice
Paul
is
LaPolice is
yeah.
coaching it, yeah. And
So
Rachel
that is-
Lassard is
I
coaching
thought
the
that
women.
was just a rumor. But
No,
Her name's
that's
Rachel
true.
Lassard.
Do you know her?
I met her at Nationals
Oh, probably.
just this past May.
Okay.
She's wonderful. The athletes, the flag football athletes coming out of Quebec are incredible. They're so good. I mean, they're playing at the collegiate level in Quebec. Ontario is really good as well. At Nationals this year, we saw some really good athletes out of PEI, which was kind of a surprise. Saskatchewan's huge on the map in terms of where these athletes are coming from. But on the women's side, for our national team, 12 out of 12 of them are from Quebec. And they did an ID camp throughout the country.
Did you try out?
No. I was coaching I coached a U19 team for nationals this year, so I was tied up with that. I'm not even close to being eligible to make it. It would have been really fun to try out.
Sure,
for
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
It's going to have the cachet that it needs
Yeah.
to take it to the next level.
Absolutely.
Another
Yeah.
prediction. I won't live this long, but another prediction. There will be a professional flag football league in Canada and in the United States.
I could see
Yeah.
that.
And already you
There
can,
is one in the States.
Is there a professional
yeah.
league?
Men's, yeah, there's men's pro.
But I mean, I'm talking to rival the NFL.
Oh,
It's going to be that big in
yeah.
the States. In
Yeah.
Canada, it won't be. But there, can I ask you, who thought of this idea with the little suction cups and the flags?
No, I don't know.
Those are amazing.
They're incredible.
Look,
Yeah.
helpful.
So traditionally, flags on your belt were Velcro.
Yeah, I remember those.
And you'd
snap them off.
You'd snap them off.
They fall
Now-
off sometimes.
and they can be bumped off. You can hit them with your arm, and then in flag, if you're down a flag and you're still carrying the ball, touch, you're down. So with these, I thought it was genius. They're like a little suction cup that goes
Hot flag. Yeah.
right.
Hang on, I can do that one.
Okay, there it is. That's bang on. Wow. But for kids, especially, they know that the flag has happened, or they know they've been
can hear
flagged.
it,
You
yeah.
can hear it.
Okay.
Whereas sometimes with the Velcro, it's not as good, and it gets knocked off. But like all that stuff, right? I remember the day we picked up our kit from Lori, the coach's bag with all the jerseys. I came home and I'm like, holy smokes, Rose! Wow. Like this is incredible. And I think I don't want to misspeak. Was it $200 to register for a year?
To play in our league, it's $240.
Yeah.
And then you get a reversible like NFL jersey.
Like a custom,
Reversible.
like, beautiful jerseys,
Yeah,
beautiful shorts, flags, but 240 is a drop in the bucket compared to other sports that all your kids are playing. That's one camp,
You
Yeah.
don't want to drop 40 grand for a season of hockey for your 9-year-old?
right? Like
crazy.
seriously, Tom.
Yeah.
But when I got home, we unpacked it, and Rose had the jersey on in 2
Immediately.
minutes.
Yeah.
because she
she
was
sleep with it?
awestruck. I don't know, maybe she did, but she's still like. We were at a golf camp
Yeah.
last week with my kids. We put them in this golf camp at Countryside. Luke Leverado runs it, and great camp. And there was another boy.
Great Shore Park man.
Yeah, there was another boy there that played on our Packers team,
Okay.
and they had Jersey Day. So Rose is like, well, I can't wear my Packers jersey because I know Axel's going to wear his. She wanted to so bad, but she did. And I'm like, well, just reverse it. And she's like, Dad, come on. But so sure enough, he wore his Packers jersey. Like they're that nice.
They're really
Nice.
nice. Yeah,
and
really
you
good
get
quality.
what was it? 8 games.
Yeah, 8-game season, and then you get your practices
Ref
in there.
games. Ref games.
They're all
Ref
refs.
games,
Yeah.
yes.
All the refs are trained by awesome guy Scott Washington from Football Canada. He's an incredible, like super nerdy about reffing, and he would be happy for me to say that about him. Yeah, real good reffing mind. He trains our refs, so all the games are ref with 2 or 3 refs on the field. Yeah, you get your jersey, your shorts, your flag belt, your mouth guard, your football Alberta membership insurance. We take professional pictures of the kids on the field that you get for free. We mic up the kids each week.
You mic them up so they can get on TikTok and Insta.
Yeah.
I'm showing a slideshow right now of
awesome.
some of the jerseys.
Okay.
Well, and just this, okay, just this aspect of that's me right there, actually
There you
coaching the
are.
Packers.
Aw.
Just this aspect of how they have professional photographers out every week, and then they upload them to their Instagram.
Right.
And for a kid to see themselves on there, or like that spreads like wildfire.
Yeah.
If parents sees their kid on there, like, oh my gosh, I'm like, and they do these mic'd up segments. What is it? It's SPYFFL.
Spiffle.
Follow it on Instagram.
Yeah.
And go back and look at the mic'd up segments. It is the cutest thing you will ever see. These little kids, and you'll hear them like, there's this one I forget. It was this young boy, and he was like jamming out to Taylor Swift on the sideline, and then somebody caught him, his friend, and he's like, "This is the only Taylor Swift song I like." it's like the funniest things the kids say, right? But he like got busted jamming out to Taylor because there's music there.
Hey,
It's a
I
lively-
love Dua Lipa. That's my guilty pleasure.
Me too.
Yeah, I knew you were a Dua Lipa.
Although I'm
guy.
not talking to you, Lori. You never invited me to mic up.
Oh, well,
Nobody's perfect.
everybody, I guess, next year we have high hopes. Maybe we'll mic up Mr. Jim Skitsco.
You guys have
never
enough
know.
time to do a 10-part miniseries?
Spiffle gets its own
Jim would
radio show.
just he'd know This is what would happen. Jim would know he's mic'd up, of
course,
and then he'd just walk into the woods and just have a conversation and just, well, here's chapter 2 of the Jim Skitsko story.
Everybody, this is the 1960s segment, so you guys can just mute this part, but I'm going to say it anyways.
Now I'm walking in the woods for a different reason. Okay?
Oh my god!
Goodness.
Oh my god!
Well, but one thing too is a very, I don't know what the right word to say, but you were a very highly decorated judge. I mean, you were on the Queen's Court bench, weren't you?
No, I was a provincial court judge. And I still suffer from imposter syndrome. There were men and women on that court that I could be good enough to buckle their shoes.
Thanks for the plug, guys. I'm getting new followers already.
All right. Instant.
That's way more important than what I was going to say.
No, please.
Anyway, but I enjoyed the court. I loved the law. It was like my old boss, Ed Walkowicz, the chief judge of the province at the time.
His son was one of my teachers.
Oh, Patrick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At AOB.
See, Edmonton.
Yeah.
6 degrees of separation.
I know.
You live here long enough, you're going to meet people you know and love.
It's a little big city. Yeah.
Patrick is a great teacher.
Really nice guy.
But back to this story about not feeling worthy enough. It was just. Have you ever played pool? Have you? Anybody?
No, never once.
Your watchers
What's that?
play pool?
Yeah.
And you win the game with a triple bank fluke shot. Okay?
Yep.
You win the game. It's a big deal. Picking the law was my triple bank fluke shot. Because I never, ever practiced law or judged a day when I didn't enjoy coming to work. And I love the people I work with. And I tried I tried to dispense justice, and for me, justice was always trying to be fair. And sometimes it's impossible because the law doesn't permit it, but you still got to respect it. We are a rule of law country. Imagine what it would be like to play a game of football without rules. Hockey.
I don't know about that.
Everybody laments rules, but we need them. We really need them. And one of the things that I always worked on in the locker room with the Rams was respect. And we always started with the referees. I'd bring the odd referee. Most of them were odd, but I'd bring them into the locker room, and they would explain their craft. And to this day, I don't think I've ever yelled at a referee. I might have questioned the call. I've questioned their mathematics. That was third down, Mr. Referee. But
We have to keep them honest.
yeah.
Yeah, respectfully.
I'll be honest, I've yelled at a lot of referees. A lot.
Yeah. I
And
have
These
to.
poor
where did-
referees.
Tom, where did that get you?
Right here with you.
Right here in front of the court of law.
Yeah, that's right.
Big Uke in the nasty chat says, that's why I recognize that guy. He sentenced me.
Tell him it's a good thing the warden didn't know math.
We do have a text from Boiler Guy Dennis. Actually, this is a good one. It says, hey guys, I just jumped on. Love listening to Jim talk. I've just gotten into coaching high school football, going to my 3rd season in the fall. I've never played myself, and learning so much on the defensive side. The respect I have for the game has increased tenfold.
Awesome.
That's interesting. Like,
That is interesting. And hey, clicks.
round of clicks.
If he's coaching girls, there's a high school girls flag football tournament coming up in September that he should consider registering his team for.
Okay, see, these are things that we're gonna have to.
Yeah, it's the first of its kind.
We'll have to pump and promote that. We'll
Yeah.
talk about the fall flag football
Yeah.
program you guys have going on with the Elks as well. I'm going to slide us into hour number 2 because the EST Hangout is presented by Sentinel Storage, Canada's storage experts, with 2 decades of helping Canadians through life transitions. Canadian storage provider, Sentinel.ca.
Ooh, that was a good throw.
Thank
Hey,
you
Tom,
very
I was
much.
just telling
What?
Jay that this is just like family, right?
Yeah, that's football.
To what more Laurie said. It's just like sitting around the supper table. Where was my hot turkey sandwich?
Joaquin makes those.
Yeah,
Coming
he's going
right
to be
up.
here at
Yeah.
probably 12:30.
Yeah. Joaquin's our resident chef. He's fantastic. Okay, we got lots to get to.
Okay.
Tom, Jay, Betty, we got Lori Ekdahl from the Sherwood Park Youth Flag Football League, and then Jim Skitsco from the Elks Amateur, or you're the ambassador for Elks Amateur Football, just to rehash that. Okay, where did we want to go? Because you want to talk about, like, getting involved? You have what's coming up? You were talking about.
The what do I want to talk
There's
about?
the women's.
Yeah, in addition to the league in Sherwood Park that I have, I'm also a director for women's division for the EFFA, the Edmonton Flag Football Association. And we're putting on a tournament for girls in high school this September. So it's on September 13th. It's called the Gridiron Girls Jamboree. Guaranteed 4 games. Any high school teams in the province really can enter to come in. Just head to the EFFA website. You could reach out to me. I got like some director.3 email. It's all on there. Really easy to sign up. Really fun time we're going to have. This is a good segue. Growing the game for girls is a really big passion of mine. Our league, I mean, you have 3 daughters, so this is exciting for you. I know Rose wants to play co-ed, but I don't know about your other daughters. This year, our league had 2 all-girl teams, which is like goals for me. I'm really hopeful that in the coming years we'll be able to have an all-girl division. So right now we offer for co-ed, and then we offer all-girls. And the all-girl teams had to play co-ed teams this year. And I didn't know how that was going to go. The all-girls teams that we had were at the 10-11 division, which was Roses.
The Vikings, yeah.
Yeah, the Vikings. And then we had the 12-13 Ravens. And I think out of those 2 teams, the coach was telling me that he thinks probably 1 girl from both of those teams isn't going to come back.
Wow.
And one of the girls on the teams, her mom coached, and she was talking to me at the coaches meeting, and she said that her daughter never played football before, ever. They kind of just decided to go in on a whim. They knew the coaches, one of the coaches' daughters was like joining up with a friend. She said all summer long, she asked me for more flags so she can play all summer with her friends so that when it comes time to register, they already know how to play. And she said she's probably going to bring like 3 or 4 friends, just this one kid. And that's like what we want to see, right? Like these girls they weren't playing any sports before. And now 12, 13 years old, they're finally going to get in to start playing a sport. And just, it's really exciting. So growing the game for girls is huge for me. Growing the game in general is huge for me, but I'm a girl, so I want to grow it for girls too. And that was a huge, huge moment when we got to have 2 all-girl teams this year. So it's growing at a rapid pace. Like the women's league that I play in, it's its second season. We doubled this year for women.
Wow.
It's the only we're playing 5v5. You can't play 5v5 for men right now in the city. They play 7v7 or you can go play touch, but so it's really exciting. And now when these girls are done high school growing out of the youth leagues, there's a place for them to go. And then as you were talking about earlier, it's going to the Olympics. So there's a lot of opportunity for flag. You can get a scholarship to go play at the collegiate or the university level in the States. I don't think you can get a scholarship from the university to play flag at the university level in Canada. You can get bursaries and grants and awards and things like that to play as an athlete in a sport at the collegiate level in Canada. But you can play the U of R, pretty much every college in Quebec you can go play at.
In the intramural leagues,
yeah.
It's funny. Back to that question: what do you want to be when you grow up? I'm going to be a professional football player. It's what does it take to be a professional football player? And the kids would say, "Oh, you got to be a great athlete, lift weights, do this." I said, "No, you got it all wrong. You need a degree. You got to go to school. You got to work. You have to hit the books. And again, you paint metaphors. You make it fun. The books are your teammates.
Well, and if you're a young athlete that's wanting to continue and do any sport post-secondary, you're way more attractive to any school you're going to talk to if the grades are there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because that opens their doors for them.
And you're not a liability.
Right.
They don't have to worry about you.
Like at U of A, for instance, if you're an academic All-Canadian, your scholarship does not go against the cap.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right? So they want all the academic All-Canadians because they have the money.
Yeah.
shout out to a kid I coached, Josiah Shackle,
Oh, yeah.
number 40, all Canadian.
Yeah.
He plays for the Elks
Josiah
now.
Shackle's now with the Elks.
Yep.
How many pro players do you think have come through your program?
Not many. And again, statistically, you tell the kids this in the locker room. You say, so you want to be professional football players? Well, I can tell you, 95% of you statistically are not going to play football after high school.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So you have to have a plan B. And when you have a plan B, it involves school. And or a good trade, but it starts with being a good person, right? And I think school and certainly judging kept me humble. I'll tell you, I learned a lot of humility in this job, and it's all the skills that you need to take forward. So I go back to this whole thing about any of the coaches who are listening to this. You're not just coaching football players; you're giving them skills for life, right? And be nice and be kind. It costs nothing to be nice. Except on the football field. Beardsy and I, we had this conversation. And David Beard, for those of you who don't know, he plays number 57 for the Edmonton Elks. He's as good a football player as he's a better man and father. He's a human being that is beyond reproach. But he has these long things called arms. There's like big hockey sticks. And once I taught him how to use them properly, I knew he was going to play football. When he went to university, I wasn't surprised. People say, well, where did this guy come from? I said, well, he played with us. But here was a guy that learned, he took football as far as it will take him to allow him to develop into a human being with he's got family. He and Vanessa are wonderful people. They give out to the community. And that's why I want to put a plug in for our football team and our pro football team. These fine young men are reaching out in the community. They're getting out there because Chris Morris, our CEO, helps them and encourages them. And when Chris encourages you, it's like being voluntold, right? But
He's an intimidating guy.
yeah, but he's got the credentials to show it.
Yeah,
too.
no, that's fair.
And have we just morphed into Elks football?
Well,
If we are, let's do
Yeah.
Hangout Headlines brought to you by the Ranch Golf and Country Club. From the premier golf facilities to the corporate branded products, the Ranch is your all-in-one tournament host, proud to host over 120 tournaments each year, including the EST Golf Classic. Good time last week. They are here to help you execute all your tournament ideas. Book your tournament today. Visit theranchgolf.com. Jim, that is called transition. Let's go, my friend.
Yes. The definition of tact, right? It's being able to tell a person.
Is that what it's called? I don't know how to read.
Well,
so.
tact or the segue.
That's not true.
No, but my favorite quip, the definition of tact is being able to tell a person to go to hell and he looks forward to the trip. So, and I'm going to say it, maybe it's a little controversial, but our Elks football team for several years was in hell.
Yep.
It's no easy thing to say, and for a guy whose favorite color is green and gold, it hurt me. It hurt a lot of people. But if it had been, at least if it had been entertaining football, the people wouldn't have stopped coming. So Chris has got a lot on Chris Morris, our CEO, has got a lot on his plate, and he's working day and night to help and improve things. And it started with our ownership, and Larry and Deb Thompson are terrific people, and they are in it the long run. I, like everybody in this room, is not a fine weather athlete. I'm a fine weather fan, rather. Except our fans pay with their pockets. They pay out of their pockets. So if they're not getting entertained, they're not coming. Now, how do we entertain people? Well, we got to entertain them like Laurie has done. Introduce them to the game. That's grassroots stuff. You got to go to the schools, and a lot of the ball players are going to the schools, and you got to go to read-ins, okay? And that's just all part of the buy-in. But we got to get back to that culture, like Saskatchewan, like Quebec.
Yeah.
Did you know that Quebec, for a time, the second fastest growing sport in the province? This comes from a Canadian amateur football survey that they took, was football.
I believe that.
It's just,
And I believe it's so big now that nothing can surpass it.
No,
like there isn't another fastest growing sport because you can't beat football.
yeah, and flag is the absolute natural offshoot of that, right? And their athletes are incredible, and they've got several athletes. They've had several athletes on the Elks team. They've had some really terrific football players come from Quebec. You'll have to help me, Jay. The fullback that was here for years,
Bertrand
Bertrand, a terrific
from
athlete.
Laval.
He was a
From
quarterback at Laval. wasn't
He was a quarterback at
Yeah.
Laval. Came here, Mathieu Bertrand.
Yeah, and played here for 9 seasons, I think. And just one. He's just one of the fine, shining examples of athletes. But there's so much work to be done. And I'm just going to ask anybody that's ever been an Edmonton Eskimo fan, anybody that loves football, give the Elks a shot. Come to a game. It's different. Trey Ford is struggling. Yes, if we don't have a quarterback, we're probably going to end up with a record that we don't like. But, it's an intricate sport, and the quarterbacking sport, the position is even more intricate. Mm-hmm. It sometimes takes years to learn this game. But you got to have the faith of the coach. You got to have the faith of the fans. But in the end, you got to get the job done. And I recognize professional football. Over the years, people have asked me, "Well, you should coach pro." First of all, I said, "I'm having fun just doing what I'm doing." And secondly, I said I would have way more fun not getting paid. Little did I know that with the ambassadors, Chris Morris met my wish. I am a volunteer, and when you're there because you want to be, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like Lori. You love what you do. Mm-hmm. Nobody pays you.
No.
And this is the first time you kind of get any real feedback, about the job you're doing. Mm-hmm. Some of us are different. Like I knew I was doing a good job. I knew I was making a difference, and the record came. But the winning records came. But as one of my coaches, Byron Benson, told me, he says it's not about wins and losses in the end. It's about making these kids into real
Good
responsible people.
Yeah.
Tax paying. The joke I used to use in the locker room all the time was, hardworking, tax-paying people so I can afford to cash my Canada Pension Plan checks.
You sound like my dad, Jim.
I gotta meet him.
Yeah, well, you'd love
like
him.
a great guy.
Has he got your hair?
No, he has not. I got all the hair that he lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reno,
Great guy, though.
Reno's a great dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good guy.
Actually, he's the one who knows Alan Walkowicz because he worked for the province for years in children's social services.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he saw a lot. I mean, you had to deal with a lot. He saw some nasty stuff.
Yeah, Justice Walkowicz was my principal, which is he was basically took you under his arm in your article years.
Yeah.
And a few years later, he became a judge, and he told a great line. He said, "If anybody's ever been to a swearing-in ceremony, it's the real deal. Like, I mean, the bench is full of people wearing blue sashes, which is provincial court, people wearing red sashes, which is the Court of Queen's Bench then, and now King's Bench, and people who had a black robe didn't know what court they were on, a Court of Appeal justices. Sorry, it's just a joke. Anyway, he said...
That was a dig, huh?
Yeah, a little dig.
Little court humor.
He's a little court humor there. And he said to me, from the podium, he said, "And I see my friend Mr. Skitsko is here. Did you know that Mr. Skitsko was my last student?" He says, "Yeah, that's why I took this job." Perfectly delivered. Way better than I could deliver it. But great family.
Yeah.
Real big supporter of football. He's still on the 50-yard line, a season ticket holder. Was a great basketball player. I think he had a stint with the semi-pro Edmonton Eskimo baseball team, too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because we did have an Eskimo baseball team, too.
Yeah.
Okay, Jim, you talk about people discovering the game, giving the Elks a chance, or B, welcoming them back into their lives kind of thing, because a lot of them have kind of closed the door on the franchise. I see a lot of older fans, right? Like my dad, my uncles, all them. But the one thing I like, and this is going to come to you, Lori, is there's tons of kids running on the field after games, and they just have the best time.
It's the best.
You had your girls on the field, right?
Dusty.
Yeah, my kids have
Dustin
done it.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great way to get them into football. And then, Lori, you've got them playing football.
Yep.
Do your kids look at the Elks in the CFL now, or is it strictly NFL? Because We got the
No.
NFL flag football hat,
Yep.
and I know he made a comment to me one day coming in here. He goes, "Why don't we have a CFL sponsored flag football league?" And I know resources is part of it, but like, this is our football team. This is our league in our country.
This is a great question. Thanks for asking it, because I think a lot of people look at the Shield. I mean, there's a lot of power behind the NFL Shield, a lot of power behind the NFL Shield, and it means something. But what means more, I think, to people in the community is what you have access to and what your reach is. And so it is cool to put on a Packers jersey. It is cool to be a Raven or a Bear, or whoever you support, a Bengal if you're me. That is really cool. But what's cooler is going to a stadium and watching players with your own eyes and getting on the field and getting an autograph on your shirt or your jersey or whatever you have, and going home with the football and getting that hands-on experience. And, you know, in our league, we say, you know, come and play like the pros, and they get that experience. We take pictures of them. We mic them up. Like, they're on video. They're on the socials and stuff like that. They get that experience. But yeah, having these ties with people in the community like Jim, and building a bridge to connect the two clubs, although they're, you know, we're the NFL, they're the CFL, I think is really important to show kids that there is a place for them here in the community, and you can play like the pros. Even though it's a different club, that doesn't mean anything to me. I want these kids to see that connecting with the community in your club, like the Elks, is really important. And it is fun going to the Elks games. I took my kid not long ago. We went to the Elks game, and it was a great experience. And they got their butts whooped, but when they scored a touchdown or when they made a good play, it was really exciting. And I could see that the Elks are doing a really good job to kind of to give the people back what they used to have, because I've been to the old Eskimos, and those were good days, and we're getting back there, I think. So it's important.
The people that are in the stands can see and feel there's more people there.
Yeah.
So it's happening. But when I said to the listeners, you know, give the Elks a chance, I was really talking to the young people. You know,
Yeah.
Tom, you know, people even younger than you, Tom, you know. And
I'm 19.
I know it's hard to believe, but it's the essence of the game is moving the football or stopping the player from moving the football. It doesn't matter what side of the border we're on. Okay, our kicking rules are far superior to American rules, in my humble opinion. Okay, for example, the NFL has a rule that once you've punted the ball, unless there's a fumble, and if it touches the returner, that's deemed a fumble, you can't recover the ball. The end zone is a dead end zone, as we all know. It's only 10 yards to work with. You know, we have this thing called the Rouge. Well, it came from the father of football in North America. It came from rugby. Rugby is the father of North American football.
Tom's a huge anti-Rouge guy.
I'm very much against the Rouge. I'm sorry.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
It's just one more opportunity. So why do you reward somebody for a failed attempt? Oops,
It's for you, Jim.
that's me.
Better take it on air.
Well,
Who is it?
Someone playing by the Rouge.
Is it Mama Skitsko? Let's get her on.
No, it's going to be gone like right now.
nice.
Sorry.
Don't worry.
No.
Anyway, forgive me. That's so embarrassing.
Don't worry.
I've told my posse not to call me when I'm on air, right?
Yeah.
Don't call me when I'm on
They're
there.
going, I just want to tell you you're doing a good job.
So and this is critical, okay? A missed field goal. What is it? Well, it's one more opportunity for a player to return a live ball.
yeah.
Okay? You got to give it that. And if anybody was at the 1987 Grey Cup and saw Giz do it, I was there. He took it 116 yards to the house. Everybody, whether you liked the Eskimos at the time or the other team they were playing, the Argos, was on their feet cheering. I have a suggestion for special teams rules. Okay?
Yeah.
We need to create, in addition to the halo rule, we need to create some type of a rule where it involves more judgment on the part of the referees than less judgment. Okay? And that is, does the player that gets called on the penalty, that's supposedly had this penalty happen to him, okay, could he have made the play?
This is, you talk about the halo, like the no yards?
Yeah, I'm talking about no yards, and I'm talking about even missed converts or missed field goals, or missed punts or punts into the end zone. But they do have a live missed field goal rule in the NFL. You know that, right?
You can return it.
Because you can send a guy back there.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So there's at least an attempt to keep the ball alive a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, I played soccer. Okay, and so many soccer games ended in ties.
Yeah.
And the league created this junior league created this little niche. They said, whichever team gets more corner kicks wins the game. Okay?
If it ends in a tie.
If it ends in a tie. Huh. And think about it. If you've got more corner kicks, it means you're more in their zone than they are.
Yeah, you're playing for offense.
Playing for offense, okay? So now, field position in football is everything, okay? So if I kick a field goal from the 47-yard line and I miss it and I had an attempt and the player takes a knee so that the ball can come out to the 40-yard line, you might say, well, what's the point? Well, I'll tell you what the point is. They were close enough to kick a field goal. They were moving the football. There's a little bit of a reward for that. Now, you might say it's not very entertaining, but for 1 out of 10 that's run back, hey, we had 1 in 10, the first in 10 years run back, Javon Leak run back.
Yeah.
Was that not exciting?
Yeah, it was.
Very.
It was, sure.
And if that came from the end zone, would that not have been exciting?
Yes, I understand that. But then I'll throw this back at you to go football nerd. Liram Hiralahu kicks he misses his field goal attempt on the last play of the game, gets the Rouge for the win for the Argos last year. That is ridiculous.
But
And
it's field position.
we had Cody Grace in this seat yesterday. We had Justin Rankin in that seat yesterday, and we debated this. I'll give the Elks this. They won their last game last season against the Argos. I was covering that one. I was on the sidelines for that one. And who was it? Jake Julian punts it 38 yards through the end zone for the win. And I'm like, okay, I guess there's more honor in that win than Liram Hiralahu missing a field goal and celebrating like he did something huge.
What a leg that guy has to get it into that deep into the end zone. Right?
Jim, you could have missed that field goal. He was like on the 15.
I do appreciate though the argument that you're saying that you're rewarding
The drive.
the field position that they've created with their offense.
It's a unique perspective,
Yeah,
certainly.
I've never heard that
Yeah.
throughout all of the discussions about the Rouge.
That makes it way
one
more
is
respectable.
pretty likable.
It's what it is. It's indicative of, I think, the level of not total success, but the level of success that the offense has had in the game.
Yep.
And hey, listen, I'm Canadian. I respect the rules. I told you that. I'm a rule of law guy. So if we don't like the rules, we can change it. I think what's happened is they keep tweaking the rule. It used to be if you missed, it would be at the 25-yard line, right? Mm-hmm. Now it's if you miss and you take the knee, it comes out to the 40.
Yeah.
And I think there's still a rule in play that says if you kick from the 47 and you miss, it should come out to the 47.
Well, it depends.
Was that in the NFL?
Yeah, that's in the NFL.
Yeah.
If you miss, it's a ball spot where that was.
Yeah.
So it is a risk versus reward, and in the NFL, they're not rewarding that.
Yeah.
That right.
So I mean, have you? I have seen only twice in my life the punt return at the end of a game for the single points. So let's take that
The kickback or
the
whatever
kickback.
you call it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's say it stops right at the edge, and the player has to be given 5 yards, and he kicks it back
Out of the end zone.
out of the end zone.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
I have. Remember Toronto, Montreal had that, and that YouTube video went viral
Yeah.
because
Was
like,
that
people
not-
in the
Yeah,
States are like,
yeah. What
It's
is
such a
happening?
twist
Yeah, they
of
kick it
What is
CFL
happening?
rules
Yeah,
all
blew their
rolled into
minds.
one.
Is that not
Yeah.
exciting to watch?
Oh,
it was crazy.
It's bedlam.
We used to practice that at the Bears as a special teams unit. We'd have a kickback,
kickback.
setup.
Yeah.
Where there'd be 3 of us in the end zone. Middle guy would be the punter, and then he'd be flanked by, I think there was a receiver and myself. And all your job was just to get the ball and get it out of the end zone and preferably out of bounds. Kick it out of bounds because then the clock stops.
Clock stops.
You know, like or no, inbound. Sorry,
You got to keep it inbound.
inbound.
Kick has to
Sorry,
stay.
Because if you kick it out of
Yeah,
bounds,
then it's
a
their ball.
penalty.
Yeah.
It's a penalty,
Yeah.
half the distance, and
Yeah.
they get one more play.
yeah,
Yeah.
So it's a whole setup, but it was pretty crazy.
I can appreciate like the essence of it as encouraging offense as opposed to what the NFL does, where it's like, no, okay, you stop. No, the end zone's dead. It's a dead zone. Like I understand the premise of it, but just at the end of the day, bitter taste in my mouth when
Wins
you
and
can
losses
win.
are in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well,
why
I
are
mean,
we doing that?
I see
like that?
both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's because, we're,
And I hate
we're-
refs, Jim.
We're inundated. We're inundated by American football. It's a great, entertaining spectacle. It's a great game, but the game is the same.
Yeah.
And I think our league and our players and our people, our Canadian people, deserve that professional game as another option. There, I'll take the flag off now.
Okay.
That's good.
Well,
Do you like the onside kick rule, Tom?
Yeah, I actually do.
You can't run onside in the NFL.
You have to declare.
well, you
it.
can.
Declare,
You now
yeah.
can.
You can.
Which is
because
Not off a punt, you can't.
No.
No, not off a punt. Only kickoffs.
Interesting.
But didn't they change it now because in the NFL you can't kick it in the air because they would just call fair catch.
Right.
But you do that squib kick
Yeah.
that they do. Now I got a question, Lori, I'll ask you first. And this has been a question of the week, especially after last week's performance by the Elks.
Okay.
Is it time to put Cody Fajardo behind center, or do you keep Trey Ford there? Think of this: we're almost a third of the way through the CFL season. Next
Yeah.
game, it'll be a third of the way through through the CFL season.
It's a great question, and I think you have to do something. I think if we're trying to salvage a season, I love Trey Ford. We all love Trey Ford. Everybody here loves Trey Ford, and I want to see him have success, but he's not having it yet. So are we going to let the whole team suffer now because of what we really want to see? I think we have to make a change. I'm sorry. I think
Jim?
it's time to move on. It's a hard call to make, and nobody wants to make it. I don't.
Coach Jim,
Yeah.
It's professional football.
Yeah.
You're not paid to have a nice guy behind the center.
Yeah.
And Trey Ford is a nice guy and he's a great athlete. And there is a place, a very strong place for him on this team. And this is just my coaching philosophy. He's what was that old joke from I forget. I'm an old guy, I forget things. But he needs some great coaching, which he's getting now. His ball throwing ability has improved significantly, but we got you paid to win.
you can't miss 3 wide open targets.
Yeah.
In a
He
first.
almost hit me with a pass last week.
Yeah,
was wide
Tommy
open.
was on the sidelines. He was closer to those
you
passes.
saw it.
Yeah.
He overthrew 2 guys
Yeah.
wide open for touchdowns.
Yeah.
And I get it.
Is he hurt?
I don't
Is
know.
he
Not that,
healthy?
not that we're
Like,
aware of.
he's healthy, right?
I think he's okay.
But
Yeah.
here's the thing, and this is where I'll walk it back to even what I was pissed off about last season was that Trey Ford had a really tough game against Winnipeg at home.
And
then they had a back-to-back. They went to Winnipeg the next week, and then they put in MBT. And I thought, damn it, you guys should have given him the ball to try and make up for it and try and say, look, this was a bad game. But give him the ball to try and say, look, I can do it. I can do this. I can bounce back. More so mentally for him to say, look, I can do this. I got it. So as much as I'd like to see, because Cody Fajardo can throw the ball.
Yep.
Cody Fajardo is a damn fine quarterback, and that's why he was brought in for this situation right now, where Trey's having a bad time. But I think if you're looking to build on this young quarterback and build Trey Ford up to what everybody thinks he is, I have never said that. Jury's still out for me. But what everybody wants him to become, I think you got to give him the ball, but it's on a short leash.
I was just going to ask, what if 5 games isn't enough runway?
Well, we were 0-5 last year.
Oh, I know. They were 0-7
So
before
we're
they won.
20% better.
Yeah.
That's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
But the team, like last week, was pathetic. That was utterly pathetic. As And I mean, we've all watched a lot of incredible amount of football.
Yeah.
That's just there's no give a damn in that game. There was no moxie. There was just that was just a beatdown.
Yep.
You know, I'll tell you, to be fair, I really think our special teams units have improved
drastically.
dramatically.
Yeah, for sure.
But let's be honest.
You got to put points on the board.
Let's be honest. We've lost 20 yards of field position because of our punting. Jake Julian had a 48 yard average.
And Cody Grates is doing pretty good.
Yeah, but he hit 48-yard average. And how many 75-yard punts did he kick last year? Tons.
He's great.
And he deserves a chance, and he's getting a chance in Tampa Bay, and I predict he'll make that team, unless there's Canadian bias, which happens.
Yep.
Okay, not a real punter. He punted in the CFL. You know, that kind of stuff that just drives me nuts. But the name of the game is Trey Ford is not winning. I think he's the first to recognize he's not winning, and I think he's the first to recognize that if they make a change, he is a classic, quintessential professional. Did you guys know that last year in that 0-5 stretch, he never got a snap? Last year, not a snap.
Drove me nuts. They could have had two different packages for MBT and Trey Ford.
I mean, and Chris Jones will call me and sue me if he thinks I'm wrong, but I don't think Chris really got the 4-1-1 on Trey Ford's abilities, and I don't think they called the right game for him. And I still think
They're still not calling the right game for him.
I still think
that's obvious.
He's
Well,
you know,
open targets are another.
he's a male entertainer. He's got to make a living with his body sometimes. Come on.
All right.
There we got it. That's your clip.
There it is.
Yeah, it is Friday. You
Yeah.
know what would go great with Jim's comment? The Finnish long drink, the official drink of the EST Hangout, legend of 1952, a drink unlike any other sparkling refreshment, real liquor, longdrink.com/Canada. You like that?
Love it.
But I just, to the young people, to the people who've never come to a CFL game, it's going to be a different experience than it was 5 years ago. Like 5 years ago, we didn't have a chance. I mean, we were just fielding guys just cashing their paychecks.
They had 100 guys signed one year in one season. Yeah. Over 100 players.
100?
Yes. It was like September, and they signed a couple new guys, and it's like
It hit
Elks have
100.
just
I remember that.
Hit 100. Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Yeah. So
was
I
two
think
seasons ago.
Ed's making the right moves. He's always got his eyes open, always looking for talent. The Canadian talent is there. Some of it's been hurt. David Beards being one, but
Sorenson's hurt now.
yeah,
Metier. Those are three Canadians.
It's a tough game, man. But there's will. The practices are run well. And where there's hope, there's a chance. You know, and we just got to keep hoping and cheering on our team as best as we can. And Chris Morris is the right guy for the job. And nobody except Chris knows how much work it was to try to put 5 years of mistakes, make it right.
It's such a big hole to fill, and it's almost lose-lose because.
Yeah. He's a brave man, I can tell you that.
Look, truly, he is. I just unless you win, I don't know how you repair the reputation of the Elks right now unless you have a winning season.
That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
That's it. And you know what? You don't even need to go 10 and 12 and 6.
Make the playoffs.
Just how about go 500?
Last year,
Making the playoffs would be
last year
great.
we could have made the playoffs with 8 wins.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is the CFL. It's a crazy football league. Come on,
It is the crazy football league.
you know, and you put a playoff game in Edmonton.
And it's on.
4 in the last
on.
20 years.
Edmonton knows how to show up for playoffs, man. This is a city that knows how to show up for playoffs.
So, don't get me started on football.
And you know what? You can see.
I think that was the point of the
Yeah, I think
the hangout today.
I think we started
Yeah,
that
wait a
motor
minute,
a while ago. You can see what Chris is doing too, because he did this with the Bears. When he first took over the Bears program, it was very important for him to get the gooba in the community and inundate the community with gooba so that when kids that get that when they're 7 or 8 at football, when they're coming up, they know who the gooba is and they want to aspire to become a bear, right? Well, he's doing that now with the double E logo. He's putting it everywhere.
Yep.
He's running this, he's put on this camp. There's going to be other things that are coming over as well, I'm sure. Yeah. But even something as simple as like the last day of flag season, right? With Jim's connection, we got there and every team had a bag given to them personally by Jim of double E footballs.
Nice.
Just the mini footballs that they throw into the crowds. Do you know how much that means to a 10-year-old? Do you know how much that means to have something that's from somebody that's with the organization that they came out to do? And it's stuff like that. That's simple. Literally, that would probably cost the team $30-$40 in materials.
Yeah.
Maybe 50.
Get it sponsored. Costs you nothing.
Well, there you go. But they do, like, you haven't seen that at all in the last 6, 7, 8 years. That's now what they're trying to do, because I'll tell you, if they don't engage that younger community, I'm not sure about the viability and sustainability of the CFL, let alone the Elks.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
The second wave, Benny's age, but it starts 10 years before where Ben is right now. It starts there and getting that ingrained in their head, which I see now as a clear goal set forth by Chris, and having a guy like you that's an ambassador of that is something that's been missing from this piece for a long time. You can say what you want.
Well, okay,
Jim.
couple things. Yeah, you're
He's
getting your
chomping
tires
at the
pumped
bit.
here. One text from the inbox says that D is so bad it doesn't matter what QB he's playing. It was a beatdown.
Yeah, it was a
43
beatdown.
minutes of possession. That's tough for the
That's
defense.
gross.
Yeah, that was really hard. Okay, so Jim, you guys have the fall flag football program that you're running, and then Lori, we're going to talk about yours to wind things down here. We only have about 10, 15 minutes
Okay,
left.
one other thing I want to Chris is putting his money where his mouth is with amateur football. So this year on the replay game, I call it the replay game, the Labor Day game that is replayed on the Saturday, September the 6th. He's putting together a fundraising brunch. So you hear fundraising, maybe the ears are closing, but this is different. The proceeds from this event are going to go to support amateur teams. Did you know that the Alberta Indigenous League, the women's, has a team that's going to be playing in the Canadian tournament?
Yes. I know
Sadly,
someone coaching it.
Sadly, they had a not so nice person steal over $40,000. So this fundraiser that we're holding on the Saturday starts at 11, and the majority of the proceeds are going to go to the Indigenous team for the female football team. But it's more than that. He's earmarked a certain part of that money to go to Northern Alberta football teams at the minor level, not high school. So like a team in Lloydminster, I know they have a great football community. They got a Bantam team. I think they're called the Lloydminster Lightning, I think.
Sadly, I don't know.
But I met one of their coaches. Great guy, great person. It's football, right? They run into the same problem we did. When I started coaching football, a helmet was $240. It's over $600 today. That doesn't grow on trees. So I just want everybody to know that Chris is aware, the club is aware that amateur football needs help. And this is one way to help out. Please contact the Elk office or the Elks online. You can get all the information.
Or just call Jim's cell phone at 780.
Yeah, somebody apparently was calling it earlier.
But not when he's on the air.
Yeah.
Let's take some calls, Jim.
Yeah. that would be lightning.
You guys are great. So if this was an NFL thing, I would have been out of the room. I would have been pulled out by the ear.
No.
I appreciate it. And the irony is, you ask my wife, I very rarely get calls on that phone because I very rarely answer them.
You're a text guy, and you're all about the Insta DMs, right?
No, I'm all about, please call me.
Yes.
At home, here's my number.
Yeah, landline guy. Big landline guy.
Yeah, so...
Okay, so head to the Elks website for more information. Obviously, a lot of resources there. We're doing an Elks bus to Labor Day
Yeah.
as well. So $150 gets you the ride there and back. You meet at Commonwealth Stadium. There's going to be food, a couple beverages. Canadian clubs also sponsoring it. And then on the way back, there's pizza coming back through Red Deer, I believe. And then EST promo.
Yeah, it's EST Labor Day. So if you go on our website, edmontonsportstalk.com, click on Labor Day bus, takes you right to the link.
Fun.
Put in code EST Labor Day. I'm going to be on one of the buses. Maddie's going to be on one of the buses. Are you working that game?
Yeah.
So Tommy will not be on the bus. He'll be working the
Dusty and
sidelines
I are on the broadcast
for TSN. Yeah, Dusty, I think, is driving Maddie and I back.
I'll be driving down too. Yeah.
Well,
shout out to Dustin Nielsen, a great
He's
CFL
the best.
supporter.
He's the best play-by-play. It's not even close.
He's just such a good CFL guy too.
Yeah.
You know, he knows the game, and just if he's going with you, Tom, it might be a lonely meeting, but I'm sure he'll get over it.
Yeah, he'll be all right. Trust me.
Hey,
He's
you know
got
what?
swag.
So we are. EST is presented by Play Alberta. A huge partnership with Play Alberta, and I have Jade's Play of the Day that I do every day. And last night, was that not electric?
That
It
game
hit
was
by the
crazy.
hair of my chinny chin.
Tell us more.
So
Toronto,
I had
Montreal.
Montreal money line.
Okay.
I thought Montreal was going to blow Toronto out of the water. And then I'm looking and I'm like, by the time I got home, it was like 10-4. Then it was 18-4. It was like, what's going on here?
Right.
So we were all texting.
4 singles?
No, I don't know how they had a No, 4
Okay,
rouges.
now
though.
somebody pulled Jim out
Yeah.
by his.
You'll
Well,
just see
Jim,
the,
it was great having you
Yeah.
on the show
Yeah,
today.
okay, get out of here.
you'll see the long cane come in through the door. And then we were texting, and there's like, boys, this is like, even Dusty, who was calling the game,
Hilarious.
Dusty's like, this is surprising. Like, I didn't see this coming. So
Yeah.
second half comes, and then switch turns on. So I had Montreal to win. Plus, I parlayed it with the under 51.5 points. Woo! So when
You were in trouble at halftime.
and then I'm like, shoot, I really want Montreal to win, but if they really win this,
Not by much.
the over is going to happen. So they go and they get the touchdown, and then they go. So that's 26-25. That's 51 points. So they go for the 2, and Speaker, the Toronto organized receiver, drops it. And I'm like, yes!
Oh my
Because at that
gosh.
point, I'm like, I don't think Toronto's got it in them to win.
Yeah.
So sure enough, Montreal picks it off. Game. Jay's Play of the Day hits
It
by
hit.
0.5 points.
Whoa.
Yeah.
We are on a roll,
Actually,
Tom.
I should throw
That's
out a promo
crazy.
code.
We are on a heater right now. That's 5
what's
in a
a good
row for
one?
Jay's Play of the Day.
That's
in a
unheard
row?
of.
It is.
Yeg 50 at Play Alberta for a $50 free bet.
Yeah, Jim will have to get you signed up on an account here.
Yeah. And if you do the promo for the Labor Day bus, it's $25 off. So it
Sorry,
takes you down to
we didn't say
October.
that. Yeah.
No, it's all good. There's a lot to squeeze in here. We got
Yeah.
5 minutes left. Lori, let's bring it home with the flag football program out in Sherwood Park. And then if you want to get ladies involved as well, just run the
Yeah,
gamut.
so we run a spring season, so registration doesn't open. You don't really have to think about flag football in Sherwood Park until winter. You can register in January. So we had 400 kids this year, 38 teams. I expect that to grow. So don't sleep on the registration day because we only play on one field. We may not get everybody in.
Oh, wow.
But exciting for 2026 is we're going to be doing a competitive division as well. So U14, U16, U18 level. Coaches can submit teams and put them in, and they'll play at a competitive level, and they'll be competing all through the season to win a bid to club nationals, which is
okay.
typically held in Ontario. So it's exciting because we would be the only club in Alberta offering an opportunity to play at club nationals for flag. There's a few ways to play at nationals in Canada. You play through your province, like you try out for Team Alberta, and then you get on a club team, and you
Could you be
and you win
sponsored?
your way there.
Could you be, if you were a privately sponsored team, could you be in that tournament?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have quite a few rules on sort of how you play in our rec division.
Okay.
We don't allow sponsorships for teams. Everybody signs up as an individual. You get placed on teams that way. But for the competitive side, there's kind of like no holds barred. You can cherry pick your teams, like go out and find your all-stars. You can start practicing today if you wanted. Really, the only stipulation that we have is you just have to be in the appropriate birth years to match up to be eligible to play in nationals. But yeah, get a sponsorship, get tracksuits, go do something cool and come out and play in the competitive league because I'm really excited about that. We have, like, and you saw, Jay, there are some phenomenal athletes.
Yes.
In Sherwood Park. And I mean, they're all over Edmonton, but like in Sherwood Park, there are some kids who can play ball. And it is really exciting to see that they have somewhere to kind of showcase those skills now in another avenue with flag football, because there's a lot of untapped talent in our
Well, we were at a
community.
regional flag
Yeah.
tournament, and my daughter was, because in the regional flags, you have 12 players on your, or no, 10 or 12?
12.
12, but 2 of them have to be opposite sex.
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, so there's 10 guys or 10 boys, 2 girls, and there's got to be a girl on the field at all times. So if you have good girls, that's a major advantage, right? So Rose, my daughter, and another little girl who's fast as lightning.
Crazy.
They were on the team, and they lost to the eventual team that won the whole regional tournament. They lost to a team in the semis. They beat them in the round robin. They lost them in the semis, but they went on to win the Alberta regional, and then they have the opportunity to go to Toronto and play in nationals.
Yeah.
Crazy. Like, it's
Great tournament.
There's huge
Yeah.
things happening.
Yeah.
Like, so at this NFL flag regional tournament, the Seattle Seahawks were there. The Seattle Seahawks mascot was there. They had a crew, like a what do you call it? Like when you go out on like and you give stuff away. Street team.
Yeah, yeah.
They were giving away swag. Seattle Seahawks swag. The NFL had a photo booth there where within 10 seconds they'd take your photo and they'd have it laminated on a rookie card.
Yeah.
And they'd give it to the kid.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it was unbelievable that how much the NFL
sadly we got
involved.
rained out of playing outside because that tournament is so fun. We were supposed to be at Foot Field for that
You
tournament.
see the rings the winning team got.
They get
They're
Super
like
Bowl
Super
rings.
Bowl rings.
Yeah. Yeah. It's incredible.
It's unreal.
Yeah, it's just like it's the most fun sport, and it like there's a lot of buy-in with all the hype and the hoopla with the mic'd up and the rings and the jerseys and stuff like that. But then the game is awesome. Like we love football. We love football is awesome. It's family. It's community. It's everything that you would want out of a sport. And you can attest to this now, having been in our league, Jay. There's something different about it. Like there's a magic there. When you come to the field, like I don't know how to describe it myself, and I created it, but I don't even know what the magic is. But it's there, and it's contagious. It's really, really cool.
Round of clicks for Lori.
Aw.
Commish Lori.
And if people want to sign up their team, where do they go?
So I'm really sorry. The website is really long. SherwoodParkYouthFlagFootball.com.
Or just follow on.
Yeah, go to my
SD
Instagram page.
Instagram,
Yeah,
okay.
at
And-
as
We should have a link on the show.
PYFFL.
Yeah, we could figure something out on our.
Do a
put
link
something
on
in
your
here.
website.
We can
And
do
our
a link.
YouTube.
That's a great
We
idea.
could put a
Benny,
link
get
in the.
up. That's
Could you
how
put
we
a
do
link
it.
up?
That's all Ben.
Benny, put the link up.
Ben, your turn.
There, that's how you do it.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, follow the Instagram page. Go to the website. Call me or email me anytime if you have questions. I'm happy to make myself as available as I can to answer questions and get people playing football, because that's what it's all about. More people in football.
Amen, sister.
That's the end of our show.
Time
it fly
flies when
by?
you're having
2
fun.
hours?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I know guys that
Every day.
spend less time on that than on probation for
That's going to do it for the EST Hangout.
My line
for
roll?
Jim Skitsco,
He is a male
ambassador
entertainer.
for the Elks, who's just leaving.
Oh, that's great.
He's gone.
And Lori Ekdahl
Than's a lot, guys.
from the
This was
Sherwood Park
this
Youth
was
Flag
really
Football
fun.
League. I'm Tom Gazzola for Jay Milne and Ben Thompson. That's it for the Hangout.
He's out. He's out.
Let's go. There you go, right in front of the camera.
First-time guest, long-time listener, fan of the original draft commissioner.
Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. The difference is clear. Matt Iwanek, Tom Zola with here. Joining us today,